Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about when are you ready to learn the front crawl or freestyle. So many times you take beginning swimming lessons, you get in, you're getting under, and then they start teaching you some stroke skills, swimming skills, and you think, yep, that's what I'm here to do, learn how to swim. But what is swimming and what is front crawl and when am I ready for which piece? So let's dive into all those kinds of questions today. All right, because we are all about questioning everything. In order to learn something, to really deeply learn it, you got to question everything. So the first thing to question is, what the heck is swimming? What does it mean to be able to swim? Because that's why you go to swimming lessons, right? Is to be able to swim. So what does this mean? So we define swimming as being able to move from here to there with comfort and ease, getting air and rest when you want, regardless of the depth, and regardless of where the side is, and to be able to come back to calm when something unexpected happens. Whew, it's a lot of stuff. Moving, air, starting from calm, being able to come back to calm. This is what swimming is. This is what, when you're like, that person can swim, those are all the things that you can see about them. Notice I didn't say anything about how the arms were moving, how the legs were moving, how you were getting air, how you were achieving comfort and ease, right? It's that you have all of those things. There's actually 101 different ways to present that. Water polo players, synchronized swimmers, Michael Phelps, right? Totally different activities that they're doing in the water, but they're all under this umbrella of swim. They all have movement, air, rest, comfort, ability to mind their minds. This is what swimming is. This comes first. Okay, so if swimming doesn't have anything to do with a particular way that you're moving in the water, what is front crawl? So front crawl is a type of swimming. It is a swimming activity. It's not the best swimming activity. It's not the ideal swimming activity. It's not the only good swimming activity. It's not the swimming activity that makes you safe in the water. It is a swimming activity. Swimming, overarching safety in the water. You are in charge of your safety in the water. That is what swimming is. Front crawl is a subsection of swimming. So we got to have the overarching category first before you can go into these subcategories. So the subcategory of front crawl is a particular style of swimming that comes after being able to swim. All right, let's dive a little more into the front crawl. So front crawl, another term that you might hear it be called is freestyle. Freestyle and front crawl, they're kind of synonymous. It comes from competitive swimming, and there's an event called freestyle. You are free to swim whatever style that you want. What you always see in modern world today is the overarm stroke that goes like this, that has the side breathing. This is what people classically think of in their head when they see people swimming. If you see, a triathlon event, or and you can see all the people in there, all the splashing, most of them are swimming front crawl. Not all of them, most of them are swimming front crawl. So the reason why front crawl and freestyle have melded together is because this particular style of moving through the water has been developed over time to be the fastest and the most efficient. And that is what the formal strokes are for. They're for being able to go a long distance at a fast speed. They're made for efficiency. So it's like, a high-end car. You don't have to have a high-end car to be able to enjoy the open road. But there are things that are fun about having a high-end car. It's speed and efficiency. Now, you'll never be as fast as a fish or more efficient than a fish, but this is us emulating, getting ourselves to that kind of efficiency and speed for distance, for traveling a distance. Again, nothing in there about safety. Doesn't have to do with safety. That is the swimming umbrella that has to do with safety. But front crawl freestyle is if you're like, yeah, I want to go for speed and efficiency. I want to develop that part of the swimming experience. So it's really useful as a beginner to understand the distinction between the two things. All right, if we have the distinction between the two things, our umbrella of swimming, which is all about safety, it's about air, it's about rest, it's about taking care of yourself, your mind, being coordinated, being at home. When something unexpected happens, all right, I got it. I'm here. I'm good. I'm not going to freak out just because a minnow touched my foot, whatever it is, right? Once we have swim, then we can look towards specific ways of going through the water. So there's a few things that I have people look at and consider when they're ready to be able to shift from one to the other. So the front crawl is all these coordinated parts that you, like we said, we're trying to go for this performance. So you're going for a more exacting way of moving through the water. So we have to have enough presence of mind to be able to know what your body does in the water. So if you're getting into the water and you're like, all right, I'm ready to go. What do I do? And you have a whole bunch of tension in your body, tension that you know about or tension you don't know about, it's going to make learning the front crawl really hard. So we need to be able to understand that. How do I let go of all of the tension in my body? So then when I ask my body to do something, I can start to see what are the results of that action. When I push on the water, I need to know what that does, what the relationship of that is. So I can take that information and I can say, oh yeah, that is what I want, or no, that's not what I want. Okay, let me understand that. I know how to produce this thing over here. It might be useful for something else. It's not useful in the category of front crawl. That's fine. It's useful for something else. All right, now I can move on to try something else. So you have this kind of science experiment happening. The other thing is our golden rule. You got to be able to get air easily anytime. So if you're learning front crawl in deep water, right, you need to know that your air is reliable at any time. You don't really have swim if your air is not reliable to you in deep water. So you want to have that reliability. How can I get air when I'm in deep water? And that means rolling onto your back, bobbing. You have a few different ways in your pocket that you can get air when you are in the water. When you're at the wall, you can use the wall. When you're in the shallow end, you use the bottom. If you're still really focused on just like those two ways to get air, that I have to get to the wall, I have to get to the shallow end, I would say you need to develop your swimming a little bit more to have other ways to get air very reliably. Because when you go to learn the front crawl, I'm moving my arms and my legs and body rotation, head position, all these different elements. I need to be able to, I don't want to have to also be maintaining where am I in relationship to the wall or the bottom. I need to be able to relate to the water and be able to get my air in relationship to the water, not relative to other places in the pool. The safety has to come from, really wherever you are. So I can be coordinating, investigating. Oop, I need air. Okay, let me go get some air. Got it. All right. Coordinate and investigating. Nope, time for air. Okay, go get some. So it can be part of it. It's not coordinate. Where's the wall? Investigate. Where's the shallow end? It's too start and stoppy if you're having to keep track of those other places for your air. Just give yourself that time to be able to know, yeah, I can get air in other ways than just the bottom or the side. This is part of that swim umbrella. So you really want to be reliable that you can do this. The other piece is is that you've had practice on the learning process of your brain, how your brain functions in the learning process. So what you say to yourself, that you know how to investigate things without judgment, that you know learning involves all these dips and valleys and ups and downs and forwards and backwards and areas of investigation that is all about moving you forward. But it doesn't necessarily present as moving you forward all the time, because there's dips and valleys, and you don't really know what all those dips and valleys are until you go into them. And you're like, oh, I guess I needed to make that side trip. Okay, I got it, no problem. I know that's part of learning. I don't have to get frustrated or mad at myself. I can still stay in the game. I know I'm here. I know I'm showing up. I know I'm doing the right things. These are all the elements that we need to be able to go into this fine tuning, this developing your sports car, let's say, of swimming, to really have your own back. All right, it is great fun. So this video today was a little preview for next month. I'm going to be doing a bunch of teaching on the front crawl, these different elements of it, and I'm going to put a bunch of it out here on the YouTube because I know we learn these things together. And our learning really starts in the mental. It starts in the head. We know like 80% of your learning all starts up here. And then we have to put it into action, be kind to ourselves, understand the mental, and put it back into action. It has these 3 iterative steps. So I'm going to be giving a bunch of information about the front crawl and next month. So if you want to join in on that, make sure that you subscribe or jump over and make sure that you're on our newsletter list so you get these each month. The other thing I just always want you to know and make that invitation to is that we do more together in community and when we have feedback. So if you're looking for that, if you are like, I'm ready, I want to get started. I want to get started on the mental part of it, or I want to get started on the physical part. We are here for you. I'm super excited to be teaching. We're going to put all of the steps in our membership for the front crawl. And we're going to be doing coaching on Zoom with it. We'll be coaching in live person in it. We'll be doing classes. And we're just really here for you. So I can't wait to see you in the membership, or I can't wait to see you bring this into any area of your life that you're wondering about, that you don't feel like you have mastery or control of, that it just is spinning and spinning. That's what life coaching is all about, and I've got your back on that too. Let's meet up, let's work together, let's figure out what is the spinning so you can get off that spinning and into really engaging your life. Not just dreaming about it, but actually doing it. In the water, on land, with your family, in your work, with the things that you want the most to feel great in. Okay, love to see you. My favorite thing in the world. See you next time.